If you have a W123 coupe from 1978 to 1985, chances are you're having problems with the rear windows. They are problematic, not necessarily because of a bad design. It's actually a very robust system, but mostly lack of maintenance. In order to properly service these rear window mechanisms, you will need to disassemble everything. The window regulators can be removed after the panel is removed, which normally is done by first removing the rear seat. This particular car had some broken clips, so the panel slid right out. You have the regulator held on with 10mm nuts here, these three. You have to remove the covers that are here, and the whole regulator can come out. You'll need to inspect it to make sure it's not bent or have broken teeth. Once that is good, the next step is going to be to remove this triangular bracket right here that attaches the glass to the regulator. These have a weak point, which I'll show here. This brace is a weak point. We've reinforced it by having a plate welded in right there. That is something you'll need to do. Everything that gets lubricated first needs to be cleaned. It's very important, otherwise it will not work properly. So when this plate was out being welded, I removed these 4 Phillips screws, and you have these bushings in here that need to be cleaned of all the old grease, and then I re-greased them and also adjusted them. This rod here can come out by undoing a 10mm screw that's down there. This rod has to be cleaned and lubricated, and this one has to come out as well. So this rod here that the slider slides in has to come out. You cannot just spray lube down it because the old grease makes it sticky, and if that channel is not perfect, the window will not slide down properly. So you've got a 10mm bolt there, and then you have one down here that's kind of hidden by the seat belt. That rod has a cap that is not currently installed. It is this guy right here. You'll need to remove that upper cap just by hand, and then you can wiggle that rod out. And you can take that rod out with everything else in place. So what I did is I took the rod out and I cleaned it with carb cleaner and with some fine steel wool to kind of polish it. And then I greased it and put it all back together. And now you can witness smooth operation of the window. All the way down. And all the way up. The other side wouldn't work at all, kept blowing the fuse, and it was all due to lack of lubrication. So don't be scared. Take this whole system apart, clean it, lubricate it, and get your rear windows working.